And talking about fantastic women,
Whoa.
I'm sitting here with Marion Martell. Good afternoon, Marion.
Good afternoon, and how are you today?
I'm absolutely fantastic.
Looking rather sexy sitting there.
Oh, well, I should put my clothes back on.
Didn't recognise you with your clothes on.
I know you've seen me in all different guises, Marion.
That's it, and all different gigs and guises.
Marion Martell, one of the female comedians who does the circuit all over the place, and a very funny woman, I've got to say.
Funny looking, funny woman, so they tell me. a wee fat woman.
A little bundle of fun.
Is that what it is?
That's what I say, a little bundle of fun. Tell us a bit about yourself, Marion. Tell us where it all started for you.
Well, I was born in Bellshill in Lanarkshire, in the middle of the Lanarkshire coal belt. Family were coal miners, and very, very good upbringings. Being mining villages, you find the people are the salt of the earth. They all sort of cling to one another in a way that they don't now. I attended school in Airdrie. I've been singing since I was at school. I went to the Adrian Coatbridge Operatic Society, then the Diamond Dramatic, doing pantomimes. Then I sang with a dance band for 6 years. And that was great experience. Then when I did start in the club circuit, it was concert parties.
Uh-huh.
So you had like 4 acts, and you got to know people rather well. Nowadays, you have to go in your cell, and it's a hit or a miss. You sink, you swim. But totally different. And I had the pleasure of working at one time with Lex McLean, Jack Mulroy, just doing wee shows with them. And for 2 years, I was a support act for a wonderful guy called Hector Nichol. So that was really, really good.
Oh, I see the name dropping. I love when people come on and start dropping all these names.
Aye, that's all right, but they're all dead. I'm the sole survivor.
The sole survivor. So it all started with the singing.
It started with the singing.
It all started.
Yeah, and with my looks, I was never going to be the lead in a romantic production. So when I did pantomime, I was always doing like Widow Twanky or something like that. But the thing was, they would always let me do one straight song to let them see I could sing. I wasn't just, But then as I progressive clubs, well, I've had my own backing with me for a long time, but years ago it was a transicord. And I was in Fife one night giving at Laldy, no regrets. And this guy with the transicord gave a great big row, drunk of course, fell off onto the stage. So I said, this would never happen to Lena Martell, would it? So I had to pick him up, a wee girl like me, try to sit him on this, and the comedy started from there.
So obviously working with guys like Hector Nichol and that as well, you'll have picked up so much over the years.
Oh yeah, his timing, I mean, Hector could come in with a long black coat and a Homburg hat and a flask of tea and very deep voice and hello Ian, how are you getting on? And when he took his teeth out, he was Hector Nichol. That was what triggered it. It used to be with me when I put my eyes on, I was Marion Martell. There's this other persona I have, it's Marion Martell. And then I'll meet people who'll see me at a show, like Saturday night I was doing a show in Kincardine for the Gala Day, and I live in Kincardine. And then these people are looking at you and you're in the co-op on a Monday saying, are you that woman that was up there telling dirty jokes? And I'll say, I'm the wee fat woman that was singing nice songs. But people don't. And then the thing is, over the years, people identify you as the person you are up there. You must get this as well. They must all think you're Tom Jones.
Yeah, well, that's right. Do you know, a funny story, I was in the local Morrison's, which is just up the road from my house, and I bumped into another fellow entertainer who, she does the circuit, Nadine.
Oh, yeah.
Who does, she does Lady Gaga as part of her tribute show. And we bumped into each other and we were talking, and I thought, Tom Jones has just bumped into Lady Gaga and local Morrison's. You can see the headlines now, but yeah, you do get that. And, you'll have had it as well. Where people say, "Oh, you're a singer."
I know. And I had years ago. I used to do jokes about Alec having. Can we say the word piles? Alec had piles.
Oh, you can talk about piles.
I used to do a joke about Alec having piles, and 20 years later. We were in Ayr last year, in a club in Ayr, and this wee man came up to me, a lovely wee guy, and he said to me, I wanted you to do my silver wedding. So God knows what age he must have been. He said, I wanted you to do my silver wedding, and you couldn't do it, hen. He says, because you were already booked. But he says, I just wondered how your man was keeping you. Remembered your man was seriously ill. And I'm thinking, God almighty, what was that? I don't think he was seriously ill. He said, aye, he went in for an operation for piles. Alec never had piles, but people used to send him, come to the club with pile cream for him. So there we go. So that we had to stop the joke, didn't we? It was really quite... But as I say, I had my own backing with me for years because I used to sing a lot of show numbers, and you ended up getting to the club and all they could play was country western. And I was singing Blanket on the Ground when I wanted to sing something for Kismet. So since I had my own keyboard player, it was a lot easier. But
I remember turning up at a club not so far from here, and they had fell out with the resident band. I was due to play there on the Sunday night, so I turned up and the band wasn't there. And I was like, all right, what's back in the days where you got backed by a band.
Yeah.
And they said, it's all right, we've got somebody coming that's going to back you. And an accordion player and a guitarist turned up.
Oh, mind you,
It was quite interesting.
You were lucky. To do what you do, you were lucky. You used to go to a wee club, again, those are very far from here, and they didn't have a keyboard player, they had a resident drummer.
Just a drummer?
Just a drummer, and they got self-contained acts. And whenever you went to this club, the wee guy would say, can you give me a run to your scythe hen? Wonderful. Can he buy that now?
Oh, the great old stories. Now, I have got a question that's actually been posted on the Facebook page.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's from a friend of ours. Mr. Robbie Caron, and he says, can you ask Marion if she's going to look for a toy boy anytime soon?
Oh, for a toy boy? Oh, would he be interested? Could you ask him?
I'm sure he'll get back to us on
I'll
that.
get back. Yeah, if he would be interested, fine. But as I'm only 14 and a half and he's about 6 feet, I would need to bring my own ladder. If you could just tell him, I'll bring a dustbin or something to stand with. Yes, definitely.
Right, Robbie, get yourself round to B&Q and get the ladders. Going to play a bit of Rod Stewart and come back and talk to Marion very shortly.